Hey everyone, so for today's video I thought I would do a tutorial using only Maybelline makeup. I decided to do this video because I own a lot of Maybelline makeup. As you guys know, I have been doing videos with and for Maybelline for quite a few years now. They send me their new releases as they come out and I get to try stuff before it releases, so I do have quite a few products accumulated over the years. So I thought it would be a really great idea for me to start putting them into use. I have done one brand tutorials before, but Maybelline is a brand that I'm very well versed in. I love their product and I thought I would do a video on it for you. It's kind of like a really simple grey eye. I just use one product. I just wanted to showcase it to you. And then I've just got like kind of bright cheeks and a bright orange lip. I did also show you guys a nude colour option at the end, but this is the one that I decided to go with because it's just really pretty. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy and I'll see you in a second. So starting off with a clean face, we're going to begin with a base product. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Baby Skin. This is a pore minimizing silicone based primer, so it's going to feel very silky. Not quite as dry as the Benefit one feels when you apply it, but it's, yeah, a little bit goes a really long way. I've definitely got way too much product right now, so just take your time applying it and make sure that you focus it really around the areas where you have larger pores. For me it's around here, so I just want to apply a little bit more in those areas. Before we go on with foundation, I'm going to correct my under eye circles, which as you can see are quite dark, so I'm just using my Instant Age Rewind Brightener just underneath the eye, nowhere else, because I just need it to counteract the darkness. And I'm just going to blend that out with my fingers. You don't really need to be super specific if you're applying it underneath your makeup, because as long as the colour is here, your foundation will kind of buff the rest out, if that makes any sense. For my foundation I'm going to be using one of my favourites, which is the Fit Me. My shade is, well, the shade that I have is 115. I think 120 is a slightly better match for me, but I don't have that one with me. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this one with a buffing brush. I'm just going to apply that all over my face. This foundation is great for those of you who have dry skin because it's really going to hydrate. So if you have oilier skin you might want to avoid this, but it's really great for more of a medium coverage. And as you can see, it's actually quite a nice match for lighter skin tones. If you're as fair as I am, you know, in the winter time it probably won't match. I don't think this will match me in the winter, but at the moment it matches fine. 120 is definitely a better match. This one's slightly more orangey, pinky toned, so I would recommend 120 for most people. Now that that foundation is on, you can see it has quite a dewy finish, so you can go ahead and set it with powder, which is what I'll do. But first I'm going to use a Fit Me concealer in 15, which in my opinion is actually lighter than 12. So if you are struggling to find a match, I feel as though 15 is lighter, or maybe it's just that it's more yellow so it works better for me, but it's great, I love it. I'm just going to apply a little bit to where I need to cover some blemishes and obviously underneath the eye. I'm also going to put a little bit just in here because I need a little bit of extra coverage there as well. And I'm going to use my blending brush from XOBeauty just to blend that in. I think it's now called the round top blender, but whatever you have, just a fluffy brush. You can also use a sponge, but I do prefer my fluffy brushes. Before we go any further, I want to apply some more cream products because I really love Maybelline's new cream range. I'm talking about their Master Glaze blushes. This one's in Just Pinched Pink. I also really like the bright pink shade, but today we're just going to use this one because I don't really know what kind of eye look we're going for yet. I'm just going to tap that right up the cheekbones. I know it looks like I've got a lot, but they do blend out really nicely. So I'm just going to use my fingers to blend that in. You can see it just gives you a really beautiful natural flush because it's more of a dewy foundation. It blends out with like little to no effort. So you can leave it like this, or you can apply a powder blush on top just to re-intensify, but now that you've got it in with your foundation kind of like meshed in, it's actually going to last really well. For my powder I'm going to go ahead and use my Fit Me powder. This one's in 120. As I said, 120 is my preferred colour. I just don't have it in the foundation at the moment, but I'm just going to go ahead and pat this over the skin. This is actually going to set it down quite a lot, but as you can see the skin still has like a natural glow to it. I just don't like the, I don't want to say sweaty, but like the very glowy effect that it has without the powder. But if you are drier you can totally go without the powder. While I remember, I'm going to go ahead and apply some baby lips. This is just a lip balm. This one's in Mango Pie. I was going to say Mango Pine for some reason. Just a little bit to make sure that my lips are nice and soft before we put in our lipstick, because I think I know what lip I'm going to go for, so I want to make sure that everything is nice and soft and supple. So for brows, the only product that Maybelline really has out right now is their Master Shape, but I do really like this. Mine is in deep brown, and I know that they are bringing out something else soon, so keep an eye out for that. I'm sure if you guys know your Maybelline products, you'll know what it probably is, but I'm just going to go ahead and fill my brows in with this pencil. I was obsessed with this throughout February, and I really should have put it in my February favourites. I completely forgot. But I recently came into, like, I don't know, came into owning a lot of brow products. So I've been switching it up a lot, but this is a really nice brow pencil. It's softer but waxier. So it's really going to hold your hairs in place. But I do find that it, because it's not like a retractable one, that it's not as precise, obviously, because you can't constantly sharpen it, otherwise you'll use the whole thing. But as you can see, it's given me a really nice shape to my brow, and it does look very natural. That's what I like about this pencil, because it isn't super sharp. Like mine right now is actually quite blunt. If you had thinner brows, you'd obviously have to sharpen it more, but I find that it keeps my eyebrows looking not fluffy, but not so like stark, you know, because it's got a thicker tip. I've already started on one eye because I was trying to explain what I was doing and I couldn't. But what I'm doing is I'm taking one of my favourite Maybelline products, their Colour Tattoos. This one is a new one to me, and it's called Tough as Taupe, and it's essentially like a grey taupe. It's not too purple, it's not too brown. It's quite a grey colour, and I know people use it for contouring and also for brows as like a brow pomade, but I'm going to use it as a shadow. So I'm just putting this all over my lid with a really fluffy synthetic brush. This one's actually quite dense. It's the Round Top Blender brush by XOBeauty, and by applying it with this brush I'm essentially making sure that I can blend it out, like it's blending out really nicely up into the crease. So I'm just going to build this up until it's as intense as I want it to, because I don't really want to have to apply any other products. I want to keep this look quite simple, so this brush is really going to buff that colour up. I'm just going to go ahead and take it. I'm just using a random brush by Sigma. This one isn't really suitable. It's the Lid E56, and I'm just going to just apply that underneath my little lash line. I'm not really smoking it, I'm just kind of applying it down there just so that it's there. And then because I want a little bit of a pop, I'm going to use my Colour Tattoo Metal in Barely Branded, which I don't know if you can tell, but for like a cream shadow I've really used this one. And I just wanted to point out that it is like, this one's broken and dried up, but it is literally so similar to Benefit's Bikini Teeny. I think the Benefit one is slightly pinker, whereas this one's more golden, but you can see they're very similar. So as soon as this one broke, I cracked out the Maybelline one again, because, you know, sometimes people drop stuff on concrete tiles and it breaks your product. Anyway, going back to the product, I'm just going to take a little bit on a finger. I'm just going to pat that super gently. Might even just use my pinky because that finger was a bit too big. And just blend that into my inner tear duct. Just because I'm using such a matte lid colour, I want to kind of freshen up the eye area. You can see, compare the two, this one is definitely more like popping, you know? Which is always important when you're kind of doing like a smokier look. I feel like, not like a black smoky eye, but anything but a black smoky eye, I will still make sure that I highlight the inner tear duct. Just because I want the look to like look alive and I don't want to look too tired. Going back to the face for a second, because I only lightly set my makeup over my cheeks, I'm going to apply a little bit more blush. I'm actually going to use Coral Sheen because I just want to see if I can brighten it up a little bit, because this eye look is really sort of not dull, but you know what I mean, it's quite sort of basic, and I think I'm probably going to go for quite a basic or at least a warm toned lip, so at least it will match, but I do really want to just make the cheeks pop a little bit more. Now we're going to move back to the eyes. I'm going to finish off with some mascara. Now I just want to say really quickly that without a doubt, 110% Maybelline have the best mascaras in the drugstore. Let me know, like this video if you agree, because they do, seriously. I have loved pretty much every single mascara released from them, including like Lash Stiletto, Illegal Lashes, apart from Falsies. Falsies is the only one that I personally don't like, but I think that's one of their best sellers, so they're all pretty much amazing. The Colossal Cat Eye is really good. They're just all amazing. But the latest one that I have tried, I got sent this quite, well not recently, but I've been using it recently. This is the Pumped Up. I think this is Maybelline's newest release, at least in New Zealand. And I really love it. I think it is a really nice mascara. It gives your lashes a lot of volume and it gives them length, but it's still easy to remove, which for me is a really important factor. So I'm just going to go ahead and coat this on. You can get quite natural lashes with it. So kind of like that. They're quite natural but still there. But if I keep going, they're gonna... damn it. They're gonna just get more and more intense. Ignoring the little dot that I've got there because of my incompetence, you can see this mascara is great. It is, in my opinion, it's mostly lengthening and separating, but it does give my lashes a decent amount of volume as well. I just think this is really nice. It's a good everyday mascara. I just love it. I seriously adore this mascara. It's one of my favourite Maybelline mascaras that I've tried in a really long time. Also, a tip that I'm sure you guys all know by now is that if you smudge a mascara like I have, wait until it dries because it literally just wipes off, flakes away rather than smearing it everywhere. You just need to take a cotton bud and just lightly dab over it and it'll just flake right off. So now for the lips, this is actually the part of this tutorial that I found the hardest because I literally love every single one of Maybelline's lip product lines. I love their Color Drama pencils, which I do have a swatch video on. This is their newest release. I love their Color Elixir glosses, which are to die for. I love their Color Sensational lipsticks. I love their Color Whispers, and I also love the 24-hour range. I just think that their lip products are the best. Again, the best in the drugstore. I haven't really tried that many. I haven't really gone through the L'Oreal line because I hate the smell. But for the price, you literally can't beat it. These lip pencils here are like $10, depending on where you buy them, between 10 and 12. So you need to go buy them immediately. These I think are like 20 maybe. These are like 16 or something, so they are very, very inexpensive. But today, because I really love this pencil, I'm going to go in with the Color Drama in Nude Perfection. It's definitely very on trend, and I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips with it and then fill them in because it does have that sort of pencil tip. It is quite blunt, but I do find that I can get a really sharp line with it. So this is the lip pencil on by itself. I really like it, but for me it's a little bit too brown. It's a little bit too like straight brown. There's not really any pink, it's not really too much beige, and it's just like brown, brown, brown. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this over the top, which is also quite brown, but it's the Color Elixir in the shade Caramel Infused, and it's just going to give it a little bit more life. So I'm just going to apply that over top. So those are the lips. I really like the way that it turned out, but I don't know, I feel like the eyes are like not plain, but they're like quite neutral. So I'm going to go ahead and try a bright lip as well because, you know, why not? So I'm going to use another Color Drama pencil. This one is in Fab Orange, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lips. I'm just going to be using this, I think. So this is what Fab Orange looks like on the lips, and I really, really like it. I think that the orange and the grey kind of go nicely together. So that is it for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this Maybelline one brand tutorial. Do let me know if you'd like to see another one because, as you guys may know, I have a lot of Maybelline products. I've been using their products for years and years and years, so I have quite a large collection. So if you want to see a different look than this, just let me know down below and I can do another one in maybe like a couple months or something. Do give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it because it really helps me out and it lets me know what you guys like to see here on my channel. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!